everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is, why are you dating men fresh out of prison? Why? Why are you dating men who are fresh out of prison? Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all of the new viewers, all of the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So, in the description, you'll find my email address. Just send me your questions and I will be happy to answer them right here and share them with the collective. So now let's dive into the message today. Why are you dating men fresh out of prison? I did pull a video. Let's watch this video and we have a letter. Then we're going to read this letter and dive into this issue. All right, here we go.
This is a very serious message. You know, might rub certain people a certain way, but I always told my niece, dating a man who just coming from jail is dangerous, or dating your boyfriend who did 5 or 10 years in jail is dangerous. Let me tell you what makes it dangerous, because I've been to prison. When you're in prison, you do a physical, right? You do a physical. They always find something wrong with you with the heart, blood pressure pills. They find something wrong with you, right? Now, they describe you these pills. They come to your cell with a white cup with your pills in it and a drinking water. Now, you take them pills, you drink the water, they make you open your mouth like this, lick over your tongue, making sure the pills go down. Now, I want you to think about this, black men. I'm going to tell you how I beat the system. Think about it. Now, you in there for 5 years, even juvenile detention, and they don't give a fuck if they're white kids or black kids. They're giving your kids all these goddamn pills. They're giving these men all these pills for 5 to 6 years. Now, when you got out of jail, you're like, fuck that. I don't need them pills no more. Man, I ain't in prison. I don't have to take it. But your body is used to them pills. Your body is used to whatever they was giving you. Next thing you know, your mood starts swinging. You start getting an attitude. You start snapping easy. Some people snap and even kill to go back to jail. You understand what I'm saying? So when I mention fuckboys, and why I call them fuckboys, because fuckboys don't go and seek help. Like, you did 10 years in prison, bro. You've been on these pills for so long, now you think you could just get out of jail and not take it, and you know something wrong with you. You know your body's out of order. Your brain is out of order. That's why I say go seek help. Go seek help. Talk to somebody. A lot of white people might get mad when I'm about to say this. A lot of white people might get mad when I'm about to say this. Always find a black doctor, or always find a black counselor you can talk to, because they understand you better. See, if you go to a white one, they're going to describe you more pills to keep you up on these dangerous pills. Knowing these pills is not good for you. Knowing these pills is not good for you. You know? So, if you're a black man, try to find a black social worker, a black psychiatrist who can understand you, because the last thing they ain't going to describe you the pills, they're going to try to teach you how to control the mood swings and lead you in another direction with natural stuff. Now, let me tell you how I did it. When I was locked up, they had me on blood pressure pills. They had me on blood thinner. They had me on all these damn pills. This is what I did. I took the pills. I drank the water. Right when they went by, I always kept salt packages or my 2 fingers. I put a whole bunch of salt in my mouth and I throw it up in the toilet. Everything they gave me, I throw it up in the toilet. And I did it every fucking day. But a lot of these brothers don't do it because they like the high. They like the feeling of the pills. But the pills become more dangerous, man.
Okay, let's dive into this letter and see what she says. I'm 22, almost 23, and have been struggling with dating since I started gaining weight back in high school. Before, men would flock to me, and now I get no attention in person and very little compared to others online. Well, you ought to be happy that you're not getting attention online because there are only predators online. So that's okay. And don't let your weight hold you back. It's a lot of men out here that like bigger women. So I don't think your weight is an issue. Okay? And the attention I get online is almost always purely sexual. That has nothing to do with you or your weight. These men online, that's what they are looking for. Sexual partners. They're not looking for long-term relationships or anything like that. They're looking for someone to use, abuse, and have sex with. Okay? I started my current job about a year ago and met some interesting people. There's this one girl. She has been on me about bettering myself and looking more presentable in my day-to-day ever since I started. I considered her a friend at one point, but decided because we work together to just be co-workers. Her husband knows this guy who is currently serving time in prison for firearm charges and is a felon. She and her husband thought it would be a great idea if I and this man became friends. We emailed every day and talked on the phone every day until his phone minutes ran out, leading us to talk on every other day during the middle and end of the month. Okay. He stressed to them that he only wants to be friends and nothing more. He and I started talking Christmas Day through email and calls just last year. So we've only been talking for a little over a month. On the 1 month mark, he tells me he wants to start building something. How can he build anything with you and he's in prison? Building what? I don't think that you should believe anything he says. All right? He's a felon. He's in prison. What can he do for you? I don't see anything that he can do for you. Keep in mind, he gets out in 2027. So what? Doesn't mean anything. He is also 46 years old and has no kids. He's still a felon. He has a prison record. Okay. I fell hard for him. How? Just talking to him over the phone and emails. How could you fall hard for him? It's because you feel something is missing in your own life that you would fall hard for a man that you're just talking with over the telephone or sending texts. Currently, I'm overthinking why he hasn't emailed me all day. Yesterday, when everything seemingly is fine. His actions are starting to not line up with his words. But I also think it could just be prison life. It's a number of things, ladies. These guys in prison, you're not the only ladies that they're talking to. They're talking to a whole slew of women. If they can contact you, they can contact other women. You see? That's why you might not hear from him, because he's engaging in conversation with somebody else. Other than prison life. You know, they have a life, they have a prison life too. And many of them have love in prison. Romantic love in prison. So why do you think that these guys are just sitting in prison thinking about you? Why do you think that? No, you're setting yourself up for hurt and disappointment when you do that. Don't do it. Things happen. Recently, they were on lockdown for 3 days, and I thought he was ignoring me. So I started going about my life as usual, not expecting to hear from him. But now that he's back, the feelings are back. So you just like a yo-yo. When he's away from you, you're okay. But when he comes, you're all in. I want to email him all day, every day. But we also have nothing to talk about a lot of the times. I think that's why he didn't email me all day yesterday. Well, are you trying to build a relationship with a fella that's in prison? And hopefully when he comes out in 2027, you can have a real relationship? I think you're banking on something that is not real. I'm going to say it's not real. Because it's impossible for you to know somebody through email and text and phone calls. You don't know this man. How can you fall for somebody like that? You see, it's the same thing with online dating. How women can get so emotional by things that men say to them over the phone, in text, or whatever. People, these men know what to say to you. This guy's in prison. He's getting schooled and groomed by other prisoners who have been doing this all along. They know how to capture women from the outside and to hold them until they get out. Now, you know, he's probably going to be asking you, to send him some money and put on the books, especially with you falling hard for him and feeling that maybe you were falling in love with him or something like that. He's going to be looking for support. These men in prison, that's what they need from the outside world. People to send them money and whatever else they need. I don't know if you can send them food or treats or whatever. But whatever you can send them, that's what they want from the outside world. Now, I don't know how long you have been talking to him, but look out for that. Because since he's going to be in there 2027, he's going to be looking for you to send him something. Don't do it. Don't support him in prison, thinking that when he gets out, you're going to really have something. This man is most probably, communicating with a lot of women. You are not the only one. Okay? So don't fool yourself, ladies. Don't fool yourself at all. These people are just trying to make their time in prison go a little smoother if they have outside communication, outside support. And that's what they're looking for. You see, they're not really looking for any long-term relationships. They're just looking to get through this hard time, this difficult time in their lives until they get out. When they get out, a lot of times they'll forget all about you and go on with their lives. So now let's get to your question. So my question is, should I build with this man? My advice to you is absolutely not. No. No. I'm on a weight loss journey so that when he gets out, he doesn't treat me like all the other men. I'm not delusional. I know my weight is the factor in why I'm single or only attract men of low value. That's the way you think. That's not true. That's an illusion that you have been fooled with. You are fooling yourself. Your weight has nothing to do, not unless you, 500, 600, 800 pounds, you can't even get out the door. Now, maybe that could be an issue. But if you're just overweight, no, that's not an issue why you don't attract men. It's a lot of men out here that love big women. It's men out here that love huge women. But it's in your mind. If you feel that your weight is keeping you from attracting the man you desire, then you are putting out that energy and pushing them away yourself. It has nothing to do with your appearance. You see, people are attracted by the energy that you put out. Now, men are visual. They are visual creatures. But men can get to know you. And if you're putting out a loving energy, they can be attracted by that energy, even if they don't prefer you to be that huge, because that can be rectified. You can lose weight, you see. And men know you can lose weight. So it's not just that. A lot of women who are thinner and looking great, those women don't have it that good either. A lot of the men that they attract are just wanting sex and treat them just as bad as they treat the heavier women. It has nothing to do with it. It's all about you. It's about the way that you feel about yourself. You got to love yourself. If you happen to be a big woman, you have to love your bigness. Now, don't be unhealthy big. That's another thing. Don't be unhealthy and big. If you're big and you're healthy, you move your body every day, you try to eat right, and you're loving yourself, then you would attract loving people into your energy. But as long as you are not loving yourself and you feel like you have to alter your appearance to attract men, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Because those men will only be attracted to those changes that you made. That doesn't mean that they're going to be attracted to you as a person. That doesn't mean that they're going to come and treat you like a loving partner because you look gorgeous. There are plenty of gorgeous women out here. And their men treat them like trash. You see it every day. You hear it on the news. You see it on TV. You see it on social media. It's everywhere. Gorgeous women. Their men cheat on them, beat on them, mistreat them. See, ladies, it's not that. It's not that. It's what you got inside that attracts what you really want. You see? So, as long as you keep putting yourself down because of your weight, you're never going to get it. And even when you lose weight, a lot of times women who are bigger and you lose weight, in your mind, you're still thinking big. You still thinking you big. When you look in the mirror, a lot of times you don't even see that you've lost any weight. Because your mind is not changed. You're still thinking negative about yourself. Now you'll go out there, and because you look thinner, you'll attract, you may attract men, but they won't treat you good just because you look good. Because you're still putting out that negative energy about yourself. You see? So you're still going to attract those men who are negative. Period. You got to love yourself. Period. Love yourself. Let's see what else you say here. I really do see him as my husband. You talking about this felon? You see this felon as your husband? When we do have conversations, they are great. Yeah, I bet they are great. Because he's in prison. He's looking for conversation. I'm sure they're great. He doesn't seem like a DL man. Okay. And how does a DL man seem? All right, you put it in there. You tell me. How does a DL man seem? Do you think a DL man is going to be feminine? He's going to be talking feminine? He's going to be acting feminine? No. He's presenting himself as a heterosexual man. A heterosexual man. Now this fella, I don't know how long he's been in prison. And I'm not going to say all prisoners. But many of them are having sex with each other because they're in prison. And these men are horny. So who they gonna have sex with? Other men. There are plenty of men out there who are presenting themselves as women to these prisoners. So men feel like while they're in prison, they can be gay. Gay while they're in prison, but then when they come out, they're going to be heterosexual. You cannot tell if this man is on the DL by talking to him on the phone. But if I were you, I would assume that he is until he proves that he isn't. Okay? And this will protect you. Assume that he is. Because in prison, this is what happens. Men sleep with each other. Okay? But then when they come out, they want to act like that they're heterosexual. But you can tell by their actions when they come out. Because they still want to do the things that gave them pleasure in prison. Those gay moves that gave them pleasure in prison, when they come out, they'll want to do it with you. That's how you can tell. You see? People, when these men come out of prison, assume that they are on the DL. Assume that. Allow them to prove to you without a doubt that they're heterosexual. Okay? And I plan to wait until date 10 when I'm comfortable to have sex. You know, what is date 10? Is that the magic number? Date 10 is going to be it. You're going to give it to him. Why? What is he giving you? Why are you engaging with this man in prison? Right? And what is it that you think that you're going to get out of it? Like I said before, many of these men, when they get out of prison, they don't stick with the women who supported them while they were in prison. They go on off and they're like free birds. They go on about their business because they're free, where many women are. You see, when they're in prison, their options may be limited because they can get on the computer and try to meet women, and they do. And they do. But it's still limited. When they get out and get free, they ain't thinking about you. You understand? You were just supporting them while they were locked up. That's it. Okay? So now you're ready to have sex after date 10. And what is date 10? I mean, so you're saying when he gets out in 2027, after 10 dates, then you're going to give it to him? Is that what you're saying? So I just feel if we do work out, I have a good plan. It's just, should I even try it? No, you should not try this plan. This is a terrible plan. This is a terrible plan. You plan to give him sex after 10 dates. And what is 10 dates going to do? Think about it. The man just coming out of prison. Now, I realize, people, it's a lot of men and young men, you say you're only 46, in prison for crimes they didn't commit. I know that. But they're still in prison. And in prison, a lot of stuff happens. Like the guy said in the video, they're pumped up food, pills, some kind of medication, I guess, to keep them calm or whatever. That's affecting them. It's affecting them because they want sex. And how long can they hold out? You know, some of them are put in cells with people who rape them. They don't go in prison trying to be gay. But if somebody rapes them in prison and continues to rape them after a while, it becomes the norm. People, look at it for what it is. If these men come out of prison and they have been sleeping with each other, they're not going to stop because of you. They are not going to stop. They will carry it on. And if they're on the DL, they carry it on in secret. And you know there's a lot of diseases out here. They could bring you all kind of diseases or whatever. Many of them that come out of prison, and they are abusive. They're dangerous. And a lot of them will come out of prison having their women who have supported them doing their stench. They'll come out of prison and they'll move right in with the girlfriend, abusing her, using her, and destroying her life. A lot of them do that. And may knock you up with a baby. Because here you're saying that you want to make this man your husband. Why? Are you that desperate to have a husband? That you are willing to make any man your husband? You know, I heard a lady say, dating a man in prison, that she liked it because you know where the man is. That's crazy. That's totally ridiculous. So when he gets out, you think you're going to know where he is then? You cannot control a man, period, ladies. You need to get that in your head. Now, if you just want a pen pal and that's it, okay, you can be a pen pal, but don't send them any money. Just be a pen pal. If you feel like you need somebody to chat with you or whatever, okay. But don't make plans to be with these people when they get out of prison. It's a bad idea. Many of them are dangerous. They were dangerous when they went in, and they'll be even more dangerous when they come out. Ladies, protect yourself. Protect your children if you have children. I've heard of these men coming out and harming children, harming the girlfriend's children. Ladies, be careful. You don't need to be dating men in prison or fresh out of prison. It's a very bad idea. Now, I do have another short letter here. Let's read this letter and see what he says or she says. I'm not quite sure if it's a he or a she. Let's go into it. I was very close to my niece, but over time, being around her left me feeling down, anxious, and just low. I felt she was very toxic, complaining, gossiping, just being unpleasant. Yeah, it sounded like she was toxic. Okay. My niece is very demanding of people's time and very opinionated. She basically thinks she's hot, S-H-I-T. She thinks she's some kind of beauty queen, all because men flock to her. It's been several months since I blocked her off, and I feel so much better. But I did feel guilty too, as I am her auntie. My question is, should I try to reconcile with her, or should I let sleeping dogs lie? I think you should leave it alone. If she's toxic, why bring her back into your energy? She knows who her auntie is. If she's got something to say to you, she'll come to you. But as far as you are concerned, block her. If she makes your life unpleasant, you don't want to be around toxicity, you did the right thing. There are toxic people in my family. I don't talk to them. I don't bother with them. You know, I miss them. I really do. You know, and I care for them. I really do. But if they're toxic, I can't have them in my energy. It will bring my life down. And I don't want that. You see, you have to let go of toxic people. So for you, you are doing the right thing to let go of her. And leave it alone. Leave it alone. See how things pan out. Maybe one day she will decide she doesn't want to be toxic anymore. But it's her decision. And this is your free will. protect your energy. Protect it so that your life will be happy and abundant. Now, I hope that this helps you with this, and I really wish you the best. Now, those of you who are missing the affirmations and your movement, go to the description and click on the link that says affirmation and exercises, and you will be taken straight to the exercises and affirmations of today. I want to thank you all for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters, and a special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.